Fellow viewers, welcome to another segment of our View on Cry Out TV. I am Theodore Ngumba, your humble host. Today, I will address the issue of sabotage in the Anglophone struggle. I will also highlight how and why relationships have been destroyed by useless and counterproductive infighting. Here is Ewan Brinsley. This fellow, whom I know and actually went to school with, is the director of ADF/AGC Photoshop activities. Faking things is so embedded in his DNA that his parents should have named him Imitation Brinsley. It is he who cobbles all the fake pictures of ADF weapons as part of their propaganda machine. Here is some of his handiwork. Combined with Venat and Songanyi, these two are the key cogs in a smear campaign that is quickly engaged against anybody who disagrees with all calls out the ADF. That is what they excel in. Their leaders refuse to take advice, and when they do, they take full credit for it. They even turn around and insult the same people who give them good advice. Ewan Brinsley started as a photographer and also as saboteur for Morris in tandem with Vivian Banwi, who is a victim herself today. Hopefully, she has learned that the sabotage she started in this revolution with Chia Innocent and Boh Herbert has come back to sting her like a pet scorpion. Today, Morris is in the dustbin. Listen to Vivian Banwi.
The SG is trying to give the impression that Mumsy opted out of the finance team on her own, or opted out because Wally was voted to sit in that council and not Mumsy. That is a lie. And that is the same lie that they've told the boys on Ground Zero, try to smear my character, sabotage and blackmail my person. I am pleading with you people in this house to tell them to get it together. Ground Zero is bleeding and Ground Zero is in pain. The death toll is extremely high. The pain and suffering is out of proportion. We can all talk, but when I sit back, I am asking myself, if I start talking to these boys, how does that help them? How does that help the revolution? And it is from this angle of thought that when some of you, I would take for example, when they launched this contenderhood, when it was coming up, you advocates, you called me and I did not answer the call. You sent me a message, I think 3 messages telling me you want to know more about the contender force and blah, blah, blah. And so you know how to get out there and advertise it. By that time, I had left the ADF. Flashback. When I made that decision, I think 2 days later, not the chairman who is the one that is supposed to take me out of there, the SG, Mr. Yamba, took me out of the council, which is fine by me because I had given them the permission to take me out of that council. So I had made that conscious decision to not talk about this contenderhood because, first of all, I don't have clarity, and I just realized that I was equally blind about what this contenderhood was all about. So when Advocate contacted me, he sent me those messages. He called, I did not answer. He sent messages. He wanted to understand something so he knows how to advertise it. And I sent him a message. And this is one of those times that I lied, because I was actually coming from work, but I sent him a message and I said, oh, my dear comrade, I just got to work. I will call you later. He said, okay. So when I got home and I settled down, I said to myself, what am I calling him to say? And I don't want my words to be taken out of place. So I decided to send him another message. I sent him Kiaka Waters' number, and I sent him a message. I said, I'm sending you this number, contact Kiaka, because I'm not in a position to give you any information that you can use. So contact Kiaka and he will talk with you. And I told him, if you don't mind, I will forward your messages to him so that he gets an idea of what you want so that he's ready to talk to you. He responded to me and he said, not a problem. So I forwarded his messages to Comrade Waters. If Comrade Waters is here, he will testify to that. And I exchanged their numbers. And later on in the day, I think Comrade Advocate sent me a message, or it was later in the evening, sent me a message saying, thank you, I got to talk to Comrade Wally Kiaka, and we had a good discussion. He told me this, he told me about the 200-man squad, that the contenderhood was about a 200-man squad, that he was very surprised and blah, blah, blah. I listened to the message. I did not, I sent him a message that was so vague. I think you still have the message. If they want, Comrade, I can give you my permission to post that conversation in here for everybody to see. And I told him, while you are trying to get clarity, let's keep doing what we can do to arm our boys. The struggle is real and blah, blah, blah. He didn't respond to me again because my response was totally out of place with his complaint that he was making. Just again, I did not want to talk about this contenderhood. So when I got up in the morning, I'm like, I forwarded his audio to me. I forwarded it to Mr. Waters. And I told Mr. Waters that I am just as dumbfounded as Mr. Advocate. Is this what the contenderhood is all about? So he called me and he explained and he explained. I said, but no, this is not what we are preaching out there. This is not what Tapang is saying. This is not what we were out there telling people and blah, blah, blah. I said, and you see, this is why I said I was insisting that I want to sit with these people in that defense council with where all the leaders are to get clarity of what is going on so that when I go out there and I'm talking to people, I'm not contradicting myself. I am speaking the truth, the facts, so that tomorrow nobody comes blaming the finance team. And I told him, I am still urging all of you to make sure in the finance team to make sure that you get it together. That you get it together, because tomorrow they will not be talking of those leaders. They will be talking about the people in that finance team. We all have families to protect. We have lives to protect. We have the boys on Ground Zero to protect. We have Ambazonia to free. So in order to do this, when it comes to money, we have to put workable structures, safeguards, and all different structures that we can be accountable. We don't even have a means to be accountable for this money. I don't know about you people. I was thinking of big money. Let me borrow from the devil Sarko's words. So I don't think that any of us are accountants that we can really balance the books and be able to give our people real accountability when we start talking with hundreds or millions of dollars. You know? He explained what he thought, that no, this is a strategy. This is what they want to do. This is what I said, who made this decision? He said, them in the finance team. I said, oh, okay. See, me too. Now I was really blindsided. You guys can really make sure that people understand what it is. I never bothered to. I decided I was not going to have that conversation to talk about this contenderhood. And so everybody that had been coming my way, I've kind of tried to push them to somebody to go get the information so that this kind of sabotage that the SG just did, trying to blackmail and lie about me, these are the things that I was trying to avoid. And those are the things that I've been trying to avoid by zipping my mouth and not talking about this contenderhood. I intended to not talk about it in this house, but he just pushed me to do it. Because I am telling you guys, the activists here, a reputation is built. You're not born with it. You build it. And when you sit and you listen to somebody try to lie right in your face, try to lie right in the house that you are sitting, then you can know and understand the lies that are going on in the background. It is wrong at every level. And I tell people all the time, I have a large mouth that I've decided to use in this revolution. When I set out to fight, I fight for the truth. That's why in so many occasions I've put myself out there defending this same ADF and AGOFC, fighting the Batibo cartel, fighting the Boston cartel, fighting the Morris cartel, fighting everybody to defend the same ADF that sits out and sit right in front of my face and tell me that I'm trying to tussle power, swing power, calling foot soldiers, lying about me. It is just so disingenuous. It is so heartbreaking. And to sit in this forum and listen to the SG of the ADF, Mr. Ayamba, still lying right in my face, whew, I can just but say the struggle is real. And so this is not the kind of Ambazonia that we are trying to fix. Okay? This is not the Ambazonia we are trying to liberate. We have to get it together, hold it together as a people. We have to be truthful to ourselves before we go out there and pretend to be truthful to people.
From the hills of great Sapon lies a cozy scenery.
On the 19th of July this year, the Associations will be coming to Denver, Colorado for their national convention, and I will be there. Will you be there?
Join us. I will be there.
My name is John Indele Abam. I am a Boban residing in Denver, Colorado, and I'll be there.
I will be there, but it certainly would be the same without you, so please come join us.
ASSASSINATION convention this year in Denver, Colorado. Be there because I will be there.
Just here to indicate that I'll be there. Hope to see you there.
I will be there.
I definitely will be there.
I will be there. Will you be there? See you there.
Our soul makes thy greatness no tongue can challenge. Shout and shine wherever you may be. God be praised, we are great in Him.
It is amazing that today, Vivian Banwe is crying foul when she worked tirelessly with Chia Innocent and the Ambazonian Humpty Dumpty Tumfoin Boh Herbert to start sabotaging people in this struggle. Fortunately, she has apologized to Dr. Elizabeth Aqua, whom she viciously slandered. It was a travesty to attack this kind lady who has helped countless Southern Cameroonians from all backgrounds, especially IDPs and refugees. Some erroneously assumed that sabotage will give them an upper hand. This has caused untold suffering to fellow Anglophones. Brother versus sister, father versus mother, friends and business partners at war. All because they hold divergent views. This is pure madness. It is a shame that some who live in the Western world have not learned anything about democracy and freedom of speech and thoughts. They attack you when you have a different opinion, instead of trying to sway you with debate and solid arguments. Or better yet, form an alliance with mutual respect for individual differences, but in agreement on the bigger fight and ultimate prize. This is simply a dictatorship. Until this problem is addressed, the self-destruction of Anglophones will continue till kingdom come. To all those who want to earn a living sabotaging me or my team, I have a good news for you. We will actually help you share anything that will help bolster your smear campaign against us. The Crowd team has rhinoceros thick skin. When you get tired of sabotaging, we may employ you as human scarecrows to keep some irritating sparrows away from our buildings. Our view is proposed to provide investigative reporting content aimed at presenting the truth to our viewers. If you enjoyed our show, please support us by downloading our app on Google Play Store or App Store and by subscribing to our YouTube channel and following our social media pages. Thank you all for your time and stay tuned.